What if you could sell websites to businesses, charging them between $1,000 to $3,000 up front, plus a monthly subscription between $97 and $697 per month? If you were building normal everyday sites, then you definitely wouldn't be able to get away with this. Businesses just wouldn't pay it. But when you're building businesses a smart website, they'll pay these prices all day long. So what makes these smart websites so valuable that we can charge businesses a decent sized setup fee as well as a monthly subscription? The short answer is because we're combining their website with AI and automation that will save them time, generate them more leads, rank them higher on Google, and ultimately grow their business, and their website will look good too. I've been running my own smart website agency for over 3 years now, and there's still way too many businesses that need this offer that I can't even keep up. So first off, in this video, I'm going to show you how to find tons of businesses that need smart websites. Second, how to build smart websites in less than a few hours. Third, how to pitch them to local businesses and get them to say yes. And lastly, I'll show you a cool marketing trick I use to get businesses raising their hand asking for a new smart website. But before we jump into it, let me show you a real life example of a smart website that I built so you can see how helpful they really are. Here's an example of a smart website that I built, and I build all of these using a software called GoHighLevel, and I'm going to show you how to build them a little bit later on in this video. But for now, I just wanted to show you an example of one and why we would consider it a smart website versus a normal, average, everyday website. And there's 4 components that make up our smart websites, and the first one would be just beautifully designed, right? We want to make sure our websites look good for our clients, and so all of these smart websites, that's our first thing, is we just want to make sure it looks good, matches our clients' branding, gives them a, something that represents them well on the internet that they can hook up to their social media pages, hook up to their Google business profile. And so that's the first thing, is all of our smart websites look good. And a lot of that is in thanks to GoHighLevel, because GoHighLevel has over 1,000 website templates that we can take, and then we can go and change things on it. But it makes it really easy because these templates are already pretty much all the way built out, and all we have to do is throw our client's logo on them. We can change it a little bit to our client's business and their services and the locations that they offer in their pictures, and it's a very easy process because these templates are already pre-built for us. So that's the first principle, is just like beautifully designed, make them look good for our clients. The second thing is going to be lead captures. We make sure to give our clients many different ways that they can capture leads on our smart websites. The first main one is this chat widget right here, and this is actually hooked up to an AI chatbot, which GoHighLevel also has the ability to build. We build the chatbot and then we hook it up to our clients' different communication channels, one of those being this chat widget here. And we can ask this chatbot here questions about this business, like, do you offer tree trimming? And then it'll take a second, and then the AI will start thinking, and it'll show up with like 3 little dots right here in a second, and then it'll come up with an answer based on the training that we've done for this AI agent. And all we did to train it was we had it crawl this entire website that we built, and then it took all the information from the website and all of the pages on the website, and now it can answer questions that people ask based on crawling the website, which is pretty cool. So it says, yeah, we handle tree and shrub care, including pruning to keep them healthy, looking good. If you want any details on this process, let me know. So you can set these up to be just general Q&A, can answer people's questions back and forth, or you can set it up to do Q&A and then also book people in for appointments. And so you can take this to the next level where it'll be like, yeah, we offer this. Would you like to book an appointment to chat with somebody about this service or something? And so this one's just Q&A for now. But anyway, we can set up these AI powered chatbots on their website, which is just one of our smart features and lead captures, ways we can get leads through the website. The next one is we usually do a page like this that's like, get a free quote. And when they click on this page, it'll take them to some sort of calendar or a form. In this case, it's a calendar where somebody can book an appointment for Monday, 3 p.m. And then they can put in their first name, last name, phone number, email, and then they can schedule a meeting. So that's another way you can capture leads, is through appointment. So these calendars are all built inside of GoHighLevel, set up to the availability of the business, and then people can come through and book appointments. Then we have these contact pages on most of our clients' websites where somebody can go and fill out a quick, quote form or just an inquiry or something like that. So they can put in their name, email, phone number. So that's lead capture number 3, right? And then we have back on our homepage, really on all the pages up here in this header, this button here, which these are really effective on mobile, because when people click this phone number here, this call button, it'll just pull up the phone number, and they just have to click the phone number and it'll start calling this business. They don't even have to type out the phone number. And so we have these call buttons that are very, very effective. And these are cool because we can also hook this phone number up to an AI receptionist. So kind of like our chat bot here on our chat widget bubble, we can create an AI receptionist that actually talks to its, leads and customers of this business, answers their questions, and books them in for appointments all live over the phone. And it sounds almost human, right? It's still a little bit robotic. It's still AI, right? But it can do what a normal receptionist of a business would do, and it's all AI. And so we have the phone number button. That's another way to capture leads. And then the fifth way that I'll throw in is just putting a button like this that says email, and then they click this and it pulls up their email if they're on their phone or their computer, and then they can type a quick email. So we're just giving these businesses a lot of different ways they can capture leads, and that's aspect number 2. So we have beautiful design, lead captures. The third aspect is going to be SEO. All of our websites, or our smart websites, are SEO optimized. And how we do that is just the text on the pages of the website. We make sure they're optimized for the business that we were building this for. This is just a template, obviously, but if this were a real client, we might put their locations that they do business in somewhere across these pages. We'll put the services that they offer, things that people are going to be typing in on Google. We want to help our clients rank for those different keywords. And so another part of this is we do these service pages. So each one of these is an individual page. So if we click on tree, pruning, and trimming, there's a whole page dedicated to this specific keyword, which sends really, really good signals to Google that this is what this business is trying to rank for. And because we have a page dedicated to just this service, it'll help us rank for this service. And then we do this with all their services. The next one will be tree removal. And you'll notice all these pages look the same. We've just kind of changed this picture at the top and changed the heading right here. And we talk about the other service. And so anyway, you can just duplicate these pages and then change them out with the different services. And then we also do this with location pages. Obviously, this is a template, like I said before. So this one doesn't say, for my case, Idaho Falls, Rigby, Rexburg, those are all cities near me. That's what it would look like for a real client, right? And so when we click on these different location pages, it'll show that location on the map, and then it'll say serving Rigby, Idaho with excellence. And so now the keyword Rigby, Idaho, and then all these services here, tree pruning, tree removal, tree health and diagnosis, those are all going to be tied in with locations now. And so now Google knows exactly where this business is located in the areas they do business in. It knows exactly the services that they offer. And so you'll start ranking better for those different keywords because we have pages dedicated to them specifically. So those are just a few different methods that we do to help our clients with SEO and getting them ranked higher on Google. And then, so that's our third component. And then our fourth and final component of our smart websites is just the AI and automation, which I've hit on a little bit already. We have the AI chatbot hooked up to here that does all the conversating for us. We have the phone button here where this will hook up to an AI receptionist that can answer calls that people, when they call into this business, it can help them answer questions and book them in for appointments. And then just our normal other pages, like our calendar page here. If somebody goes and books an appointment right here, when they fill this out and schedule, it'll text them, it'll email them, and it'll say, hey, thanks for booking your appointment on Monday at 3 p.m. We'll see you then. And then an hour before, 3 p.m. on Monday, it'll text them again saying, hey, just a quick reminder about our call at 3 p.m. today. Just wanted to send this quick reminder, talk to you then. And it'll have this all automated through text messages, emails. And so we're building them a system that actually follows up and nurtures the leads. Same thing with this contact form on the contact page. Somebody fills this out, they're going to get a text, an email, they're going to get followed up with immediately as soon as they hit submit with their information. Hey, thanks for filling out the form on our website. Somebody will reach out to you as soon as we review your information, and we'll get right back to you shortly. Just to let people know they're not being skipped or forgotten, right? We are going to reach out to them. And so we can create these automated follow-ups, these AI chatbots, these AI voice assistants, all to help power this businesses and these customers of ours smart websites, just to help them save more time and ultimately convert more of the leads, which will help them make more money. So those are the four main components. They look good. We capture leads on them, we SEO optimize them, and then we power them with AI and automation. So now we know what makes up a smart website, but what types of businesses should we offer them to, and how should we reach out to them? There are tons of different niches that you can target with this smart website offer, but we're mainly focusing on service-based businesses. This would include your barbershops, your roofers, dentists, spas, electricians, Airbnb owners, etc. Any type of business that trades money for some sort of provided service. And this offer also could work for your product-based businesses like restaurants, e-com stores, antique shops, etc. But GoHighLevel definitely is more built for the service-based businesses, and it's much easier to get results for them and set up the smart websites for them. So now we've narrowed it down to service businesses, and at this point, I'd highly recommend choosing 3 related niches within this category. For example, you might decide to go with barbers, hair salons, and spas, or you might choose to go with landscapers, pool builders, and pest control companies. The reason I'd recommend targeting these 3 related niches is because you can create a good referral system between them. For example, when you land your first landscaping client and you've done a good job for them, you can ask them, hey, do you know any other pool builders or pest control companies in the area that could use a smart website for their business too? And because landscapers will likely have worked with some pool builders or some pest control companies in the past, then they will gladly introduce you to these other businesses. But if you only work with one niche, let's say landscapers, you can't really ask a landscaper for another landscaper referral because they won't want to refer you to their competitors. So it's best to pick a few different niches that are all related to each other, but not too many more than 3 niches because it will become overwhelming. So now we know the businesses to focus on for our smart websites, but how do we find them and how do we reach out to them? If we do a quick Google Maps search of, let's say, tree trimming near me on Google, you'll find a bunch of tree trimming businesses here listed, and you'll find a lot of them that have no websites. Like for example, these first 4 of them, you can see this one has a website, but like the first 4 all don't have websites, which is pretty crazy. That's our ideal candidate, someone who doesn't have what we're offering, which are smart websites. And then you'll notice even the ones that do have smart websites, a lot of times you click on their websites and they just don't look very good. Like this one here, for example, is not even a website. It's a Facebook page. It's not a website. And so anyway, they're using a Facebook page for their Google Maps website here. Let's try to find one here that's like, all right, so here's one, but it looks very bare, not very good. Definitely nowhere near as good as our smart websites. Like no ways to like capture leads or anything, like schedule an estimate maybe if we click there. I guess it has this form here that you can fill out, which is decent. But anyway, like just nowhere near the caliber of what we could offer them. And so you can click on these profiles and you can find their phone number. And one way you could reach out to them is by cold calling them. And we'll use the value first method. We'll say, hey, Mr. Business Owner, we saw that you didn't have a website when we were looking at your Google profile, and so we went ahead and built you a new website. It's a smart website and we'd love to show it to you. And it's just a really good approach because it gets people saying yes more often when you have already done something for them. They feel obligated to look at whatever it is you've done because you've put some time into it. And we're just using templates, right? We're not actually building every tree trimmer a new website every time we reach out. We're just using a template and then using the same template to show every tree trimmer. But they don't know that. And so anyway, that's a very effective way. You could do a text message. You could send a text to this number and say the same thing and just text them, hey, we built your website, wanted to see if we could send you the link to it. Is it cool if I send it over? Anyway, those are both effective ways to get people interested in what we have to offer. And if they already have a website, like let's say this one that we just took a look at, you could say, hey, Mr. Business Owner, we just saw your website, noticed it was a little bit outdated, and so we built you a new and improved smart website and would love to show it to you. So you just kind of change the pitch around slightly if they already have a website. So Google Maps is a really good first spot to go to. You'll find tons of businesses like we're seeing here, no website, no website, no website. And then the ones that do have websites, a lot of them just look really bad. So this is a great place to go to. Another place you can go to do outreach and reach and find clients and find leads is a software that I've been using recently. It's called HighLevel Suite. You can get lifetime access to it for $297 one time. That gives you 1,000 credits, which gives you a lot of leads. And so anyway, this is the software and what it looks like right here, and I'll show you how to use it. And this can get you more exact data because Google Maps is great. We can get the business phone number, but let's say we're cold calling a bunch and we keep getting on the phone with receptionists and we can never get with the owner because the owners aren't the ones that are running this phone number. It's like a receptionist or an office manager or something like that. And so we can do what's called people searches with this HighLevel Suite software. So we'll click people search and then we can put it in a description. We could say landscaping business owners. We can put in a specific location. Let's say we want to do just the entire US, and let's say we want 100 of these leads. Then we can go down to the advanced filters. We can filter even more. I like to put in the management level. We're looking for founders and owners. We want cell phone numbers and emails of the actual owners of these businesses, not just their generic business number. And then let's say the industry, which is landscaping in our case. So we're going to go to landscaping services right here. And then then you can put in other stuff too here, but let's just say these are the key, filters we want to use. We can click continue right here, and it'll spit out a list of landscaping business owners across the United States, and it'll give us 100 of them since we specified that we want 100. And it's just showing their names. They're on LinkedIn, their owner, and so like their job position and their company. But if we select all of these right here by clicking this checkbox and then click add to list, then it will reveal all of their phone numbers, their personal emails, their cell phone numbers. Now we have personal contact information that we can then reach out to these business owners directly. And these are owners, right? These are the guys that can make the decisions on whether to buy a smart website or not. You can go here and you can plug in revenue numbers. You can say, I want businesses that are making $10 million a year or more. I want businesses that have at least 11 to 50 employees. And so you can get very hyper specific with your results here. I can say, I only want people from the state of Idaho, for example. So let's do Idaho, United States, and let's toggle off the rest of the US, and let's run the list again. And this will give me, just Idaho people. Looks like there's not a ton of Idaho specific ones. So you might want to go more broad like we did before with the entire United States or an entire country. But anyway, you can run these multiple times. It'll give you 100, and if you get those first 100, the next time you do this, the run of this list and want another 100 people to reach out to, it'll give you fresh data every time, different leads than the ones you've already got. And this tool integrates directly with GoHighLevel. So any leads that you import and add to your list will be directly imported into GoHighLevel, into the contacts tab, to then where you can have them housed in GoHighLevel. You can send text message blasts out to them. You can send emails to them, and you can do more outreach to these leads. So White Labeled Suite's a super powerful tool for that. I'll drop the link down below where you guys can get the $297 one-time lifetime access to the software with 1,000 credits. It's like a special deal they're doing. So I'll drop that down below so you guys can get access. But anyway, those are a couple different methods you can do to start reaching out to businesses through Google Maps, through tools like White Labeled Suite that scrapes leads for you. And yeah, it's really not rocket surgery. It's really easy to just start reaching out to businesses, have a demo smart website ready to show them, and you can start landing clients within just a day or two of cold calling, cold texting, emailing, whatever outreach method you want to use along with these leads here. So now we know how to find leads and reach out to them, and later in the video I'm going to show you the other secret strategy for getting clients coming to you. But until then, we need to know how to build smart websites and do it quickly so that our offer is repeatable and scalable. I'm here inside of GoHighLevel under the Sites tab, and then under Websites, this is where we can create a new website. We can click this button right here, new website, and then we can start from blank if you want. If you're already a really good web designer, then this might be an easier process for you. I've personally never been a great web designer, and so I've always built my websites for my clients from templates. And so we'll go ahead and click from templates. If you're not a great web designer, I would highly recommend the templates. Even if you are a designer, it just makes the build so much faster and easier. Go ahead and click continue, and then this will pull up GoHighLevel's template library where they have over 1,000 website templates you can pick from, and you can use them, and then you can change them a little bit to your client's needs, change images for your client's business, change their logo, change the services that they offer. But there's a lot of different templates for different niches. You can type in up here, landscaping, for example, and there's two examples right here, two templates for the landscaping niche, and that goes for a lot of niches out there. So there isn't one exactly in the niche that your client is. Then you could find an adjacent niche, something that's very similar, and you could still be able to build these super quickly, even using an adjacent niche to the one that you're building for. But anyway, you'll just go ahead and click choose template, and then it'll open up this template. I'm going to go ahead and open up this Arborist template that I was showing you guys earlier for the example smart website. And this Arborist template was actually built by my web designers. I've got a team of web designers who are always putting out new templates. These aren't templates you'll find in GoHighLevel's template library. But if you use my affiliate link down below this video to get a 30-day free trial of GoHighLevel, we'll give you special access to my private HighLevel Vault community where you'll get 80 plus smart website templates. These are templates that already have, 15 plus pages built out on them. And these ones do look better than the GoHighLevel templates that you'll find in the stock library. And so you'll get access to 80 plus of those. You can book 2 free Zoom calls with me every week. I can help you grow your smart website agency or just whatever type of agency you're building with HighLevel. But anyway, that's an option there for you if you want additional templates that look really good. So anyway, here is the template, or the one that I was showing you guys earlier, which is one of my team's templates. And you can see we have a layout of all the different pages, the home page, the about page, contact, booking, privacy policy. All of these are different pages on our website. And so let's click right here where it says edit, and I'll pull up the website builder. All right, and so here's our homepage of our website. You can click on any element on the page. Let's say we wanted to change this Wild Roots logo to our client's logo because this is a template, right? So we can click on this area right there, and then over here on the right is our styling panel where we can then go and change things. So we can scroll down here and we can go and change that logo. So this is where it says brand logo. That would be this logo up here. You can click on this and you can switch it out with whatever logo you want and throw it there at the top. Let's say you wanted to change the service menu items, home, services, about, locations. Up here, those are where those are found. So we have home, services, and then underneath services, we have a few others that are nested. These ones that kind of drop down when you hover over services, like tree trimming, tree removal, tree health, stump grinding, all those. And then, you know, we have our about page and our location pages with locations 1 through 4 kind of nested under locations. You can go and you can add a new item there if you want. You can click on a button, for example, and if you don't like the button that says get a free quote, you could go change that right here to say something differently. You can change the font size of your button text. You can change the color of your button by clicking here and switching it out to another color. And so everything is customizable. Any element that you click on this background image right here, you can change that over here on the right by opening up and picking a new photo and uploading that from your computer. You can click on any text element on the page and just change what it says by just typing out something differently right here. And so it makes it super easy just to go click any element, switch it out, change the color. That's why using templates is so, it's like a cheat code for building these smart websites super quickly. And so once you've kind of figured out the website builder, this isn't like a web design masterclass or anything like that. You can very easily figure out how to use the website builder. Anyway, once you've kind of figured it out and you've built these websites and you know how to kind of design them nicely, the next step would be to put the lead captures on them. So as you remember before, we have our chat widget. So let's do that one first. So once you've built out a smart site, the layout looks good, the text, the images, the logo, everything's branded to your client. We'll go back out of here, and then under the sites tab, this is where we'll find most of our lead captures. So the first one is going to be this chat widget right here. If we go to chat widget, click new, and then do a live chat. This will be the one that you can hook up to an AI chatbot. Then it'll look like this. I've already got my arborist widget that we had on my website here on this example site that I showed you earlier. And this is where we can customize it. You can see like a preview of it down here in the bottom right. And then over here, we can style it. So we can change the color of it, the color of the different parts of it. We can change like the actual like little icon itself that shows up down here. And then we can change the photo of this gal right here to change it to like a picture of the actual business owner. And so we can replace that with an image of our, client. You can change where the widget pops up on the website. Typically bottom right corner is where widgets will typically pop up, but you could put it on the right side of the screen, bottom left. Anyway, you can customize that. Then you can customize the actual message that the widget will say in the title, when it's actually talking. Anyway, you can customize like all the different parts of the widget, what it says. And then after we customize it, we can then hook up our AI chatbot to it. So let's say we've customized it, made it look the way that we like. Then we can go into our AI agent section. We can go to conversation AI. That's our AI chatbot. Then we can go ahead and create a new bot. And it'll look something like this when you set it up. I won't cover like the full setup in this video. I've done a lot of other videos where I cover the full setup in my community down below. You guys can find my 7-hour training that shows all of this really in depth. But anyway, you can name the bot. You can select different channels that it can work through. It can send text messages. It can do Instagram, Facebook DMs, WhatsApp messages, all those. But let's just say we're doing it live chat, which is this chat widget on our site. Then you can put the name of the business in, a couple settings here of like how fast you want it to reply, how many times it can reply before it'll shut off. And you can go under bot training, and under this training section, you can select from your knowledge bases. And so this knowledge base right here, that we've already created one called Arborist Tree Care Knowledge Base. So you would select that knowledge base, and inside of this knowledge base, we've already trained the AI on this business. And the way that we did that is we went to a knowledge base here, we created one, and then we went into it and we had the knowledge, we had this AI crawler, it's called Web Crawler. We had it fetch the pages of our website. So this is just a preview link, right? But you'd plug in your client's site once you built it out and kind of put all their services services on it, locations, everything. And then you can click add source web crawler, and then you can have it crawl the website. I think I'll have to cancel out of this one here first. Let's just do add source web crawler. Let me refresh the page real quick. We should be able to select web crawler, and then we can plug in the link to our client's website homepage. So we do web crawler, then we can plug in, this link. Let's say this is our client's homepage. Copy the link here, paste it in, and click extract data, and it'll crawl this. And usually within a few minutes, it'll say successful, and it'll be trained on the entire website, which then allows any question that somebody might ask here to be answered because the AI is trained on this entire site and pretty much this entire business. You can always also feed other things into the knowledge base, like you can add custom FAQs, you can add tables, you can just type stuff out and teach it based on your typing, and you can upload files like PDFs, Google Documents, things like that have a bunch of knowledge about this business, and add it, and now your AI is completely trained on the business within a few minutes. And so now you can hook up this AI to your chat widget, and all you have to do is click Conversation AI, go to the AI chatbot that you built, and then you just have to make sure it's turned on live chat and then autopilot, and then it'll be working. But to deploy the chat widget on the website, so once we go to chat widget, we've built it outright. To deploy that on our site, we would go to our template right here, Arborist Tree Care. And then we would click on this where we see all the different pages of the site. We'd go to settings, and then we would select right here where it says chat widget, just select our arborist widget, right, that we just built, and then click save. And now we have a live active chat widget that's trained on our business right on our client's site. So that's the chat widget, right? Let's say next we wanted to throw a contact form like this one on the website. We can go to our form section here, into the form builder, and then we can create a form, right? Let's say this is our, we'll just click add form right here, but let's say this is a form that we've already built. Let's just click on this one, and this will pull up our form builder. Very easy to use, like the website builder. It's just like a area, you can pull like different fields on it. So we can ask for someone's full name, drag it up to the top. We can ask for people's, email, phone number, all this stuff, right? Customize the form. You can save it. I'm not going to save this one. I don't want to mess anything up. And then we can go to our website, and then we can find our arborist template here, and then we can go to the contact page of our website, click on it, which will open up the website editor. And then once we're inside the website editor, we can paste in our form right here. It's already here, right? But all you would do is you would click up here where it's this little plus sign is at the top left, and then you can add a form by going down to right here and just drag it onto the website wherever you want it. It says you do not have any forms yet. We can click there, and then we can select, whatever form we want. Now I'm going to have two forms, right? But anyway, you get the gist of how to add the forms. Going to delete that one. So now we've got a form on our website. The next one we can do is our calendar. As we remember before on our get a free quote page, we had a calendar on this page where people could book a time to chat with this company about their needs. And so we can create those under the calendars tab right here, calendar settings, and then we can create different types of calendars here under our calendar settings area. And so we can create service calendars. We can create, just one-on-one calendars. These are all different example calendars that we've created, but you'll click new calendar here, personal booking, round robin, class, collective, events, service. So anyway, we typically use the service calendar for most of our clients. And then we create it. We add in like the times that they're available, things like that. And then once we've built that calendar, we can go back to our site, websites, find our template here, and then we go to our booking page of the site right here. If you're using a template, they usually will have a booking page already, and you just click to open up the booking page. And then right here, like we did with the form, we click the little plus sign, add element up here, scroll down to where it says calendar, just like that. Then we drag the calendar right into this box. And then it says you don't have any calendars yet. We click that. And then we can select our calendar of all of the different calendars we have. And we can add that calendar to here. Now we have two, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and delete the one I just added. That's how you add a calendar to a site. Now the calendar will work directly on the site and get people booked appointments. Those are some of our lead captures that we add to our sites just to make them, actually be able to capture leads. The chat widget, the form, the calendar, this little phone number button is just a button that you can add to the site. Very easy to do. And then you can create automations that hook up to this here under the automations tab, which are super easy to do. You can even use AI, and they can build your automations for you inside of HighLevel now. Clicking this button here, build using AI. Just say, hey, I want an automation that follows up and sends somebody a text after they fill out the form or the calendar on our website or something like that. It'll build the automations for you. Super easy to to do. And then anyway, that's like a little bit of a taste of why we, or how we build these smart websites for our clients. And then what we want to do whenever we create or we start to reach out to our clients, right? We need to show them an example of a smart website, because when we reach out, we want to show them, hey, we built you a new website for your business. We'd love to show it to you. It's just a really good way to approach businesses, giving them value first. We've already done something for you. We built you a site, wanted to see if we could show it to you. And so anyway, we use a template for that. And so you can build these demo sites under the sites tab and just put one together like I did here. It's just an example site, right? It's not going to be fully branded to their business or anything, but we are going to put something together so that we can then show them, hey, here's an example of our smart website and how they work. And you can kind of cover those key components that'll help with their business. You know, hey, we capture leads, we help you rank higher with our SEO. The website will look good and it'll be powered by AI and automation to help run your business. And so anyway, you want to create a demo site for them. So you can go under here under sites and just kind of use a template, put together a demo site. Now you have a site you can show potential prospects whenever you go onto these sales calls. Once you've done all this, right, you've built the demo site, everything. Once you get a client, you actually will be able to give them access to an app on their phone. So this app down here, it's called the Lead Connector mobile app. This is what it looks like right here. It's a really useful app. The people can go and see all their conversations with their leads through it. They can see their appointments that people have booked through their smart website. They can go and see, the Google reviews they've gotten through the smart website. They can see all the new leads, everything right here on their phone through the Lead Connector mobile app. So all of our clients can just basically manage their smart website here through their phone on the mobile app. And so we can send that invite by typing in our client's email here and inviting them to download the app through the, Apple App Store or the Google Android Play Store. And so it just makes it super easy. Your clients don't have to really log in here to the software. You can give them access to log into their sub account here. Let's say this is your client's sub account that you've built. You can give them access to the entire platform. But the mobile app is typically the best because it's not as overwhelming as this desktop software with all these features. The mobile app just has a few of the core features that they really need in order to run their business. And then one other thing that we do as part of the smart websites is we can do ongoing SEO for our clients. And I use another software called Search Atlas for that. And Search Atlas has an AI SEO pixel that we can go and we can install onto our client's website. It's just a line of text that we paste onto the website and it'll do SEO for us. And so I'll make sure to link down below another video on Search Atlas and how to use that. But building these smart websites doesn't have to take a long time. It can take anywhere just a few hours using templates. GoHighLevel has a new option here that's build with AI, where you can build AI websites. You just prompt it and then it'll throw together the page for you based on your prompt. And so that's really cool. You can try that out, use templates, and really have these smart websites built in just a few hours that you can then go and show prospects and land them as clients that are you're charging them a setup fee plus a monthly subscription, because you're not only building them a site, you're also giving them a software that'll run along with their site and help run their business, help them get more leads, help them nurture their leads, and ultimately help them make more money. So now we know how to build smart websites with GoHighLevel, but how do we pitch them to our prospects once we get them on a sales call? There are many different ways to conduct sales calls, and I'm honestly not the best salesperson, but here's a sales framework that I've used for years that allows me to close clients at around 40%. The closing framework starts by just asking the prospect, hey, is there anyone else from your business that should be on this call to hear more about our smart website services? You just want to make sure at the beginning of the sales call, everybody is there that's supposed to be. If there's somebody that's not there, then you want to rebook that call when the business partner can be there. But if they're like, nope, there's nobody else, just me, awesome, proceed with phase one. Phase one of this sales framework, which there's 3 phases to it, so it's very, very simple to remember. This isn't some slideshow presentation or anything like that. It's a very, back and forth, just like a conversational close, which I think is the best way to close people. But phase one, I like to call the discovery phase, where we ask just different questions to our prospect. And you're going to start this phase by asking, is it cool if I ask you some questions about your business to see if we can help y'all out with our smart website services? We're just basically getting permission from them. They'll say yes. Now we have permission to ask them a bunch of questions. Otherwise, if you just start asking a bunch of questions, it can come off as weird and they can feel like they're being interrogated or something like that. So just want to make sure to ask for permission. Now the floodgate is open to ask them any type of question you want about their business and learn more about them. Here are some questions you could ask them. You don't have to do all of these. You could change these up. You could add to these, but here are some different question options you could ask. Are you guys currently generating any leads through your website? Are you currently getting any leads through digital methods like ads, SEO, or social media? What do you like about your current website? That's if they have one. What do you not like about your current website? That's if they have one as well. Do you have any website examples of competitors or other landscaping businesses that you really like? Pull those up and maybe talk about the things that they like on them, the things that they don't like. Do you currently use any software to help run your business? If so, which ones and what do they do? Are you happy with your current number of customers you have, or could you take on more? If so, what would be your customer goal in the next 12 months? Do you feel like you could use more software in your business to help get more time back? So they're just some examples. These are really good things that'll just get their mind going and they'll start thinking, man, I really don't have my marketing stuff together. Like I'm seeing all these gaps when Jasper's asking me these questions that we need help with in our business. And so you're not necessarily like saying, hey, you suck at this, your business is terrible. You're asking them these questions, which will help them start, get their gears turning in their head and make them realize that they need help. So that's phase one, the discovery phase, just asking them some questions. It's even better if you have like pen and paper and they can see you through the Zoom call, like writing these answers down as they answer them. That'll just show them that you care. Phase two is the presentation phase. When I say presentation, I'm not talking like a slideshow presentation. I'm just showing, because when we got on this Zoom call in the first place, our typical approach when we called them or reached out to them initially was, hey, Mr. Business Owner, we built you a new smart website for your business and we'd love to show it to you over a quick Zoom call. So now you're on the Zoom call. Now you need to show them the smart website that you built for them. And so that's phase two, is the presentation phase, where we show them the smart website that we put together for them. And you don't actually have to put their logo on it. You can just preface by saying, hey, this is something that we put together for you guys. Obviously, if you hate it, we can build you something completely different. You don't have to have this one. We just wanted to build this one for you to give you an example or an idea of how our smart websites work and how they will help you. And then you'll continue by going over the 4 components of our smart websites, which I explained a little bit earlier on in the video, but to go over them again. 1, our websites look good. And you'll just be sharing your screen at this point and scrolling through the website that you put together for them. It's as simple as that. You'll say, hey, first off, we want to make sure your website looks beautiful. We want to make sure you look better than your competitors. So that's the first thing. We'll build you something awesome just the way you guys like, and make sure it looks good and represents y'all well. Number 2 is we SEO optimize all of our websites. You can kind of show them, explain how the SEO works with the different, service pages, the location pages that we do, all of that stuff. Then you'll cover point 3, which is lead captures. We give you guys the chat widget, the forum, the calendar booking system, the call now button. And so we give you lots of different ways that leads can be captured through your smart site. And then 4th, we follow up with all of these different lead captures. When you get a lead, we follow up automatically with AI and automation, like our chat bot, our AI voice assistant, our automated text and emails. Once people fill out forms or book appointments, all of that is fully automated for you so that you don't have to worry about these leads. You can call them up if you want once you capture them through the site, but other than that, you can sit back, relax, keep doing your landscape and stuff, whatever niche they are, and then this will take care of all of it for you. So anyway, those are the 4 components you'll kind of cover while showing them and sharing the screen, showing them the site that you put together, the demo site. Oh, and then also with this, like I showed y'all before too, is you want to make sure that they know, hey, all of this is easily managed. You'll be able to see all your leads, conversations, appointments, all of it through our mobile app on your phone. So just make it sound very easy, nothing overwhelming for them, nothing new that they really have to learn. We'll set it all up for them, and all they have to do is look at their phone to see if new leads come in, new conversations, stuff like that. And then finally, phase 3, which is our final phase of the closing framework, we're just gonna show them the price, right? We're gonna pull up our website to our pricing page, and then we're gonna show them, hey, these are our 3 packages that we offer, explain the setup fees, the monthly fees, what they'll be getting with each package, and then say, hey, based on what we've talked about at the beginning when I was asking you guys questions about your business, I'm thinking this middle plan or this top plan or this first plan, like you'll just talk to them and tell them, hey, this is the one that I think based on what y'all need and what I've heard from you, this one will help y'all the most. And just be straight up with them and be like, hey, this one, you probably don't need our elite plan. You guys might not be there quite yet, but like our starter plan would be perfect for you, or our growth plan would be the best option. So just be straight up honest with them about what plan to go with, and then they'll usually agree with you, or they might say, I think we actually want to go with a different plan. No worries. Or they may have objections at this point that you have to overcome. But that's our final phase. We're just going to pull up our screen, share our screen again, pull up our website where we have our pricing page here, and then, move forward. And you just want to set expectations here. Hey, this process to set up your smart website can take about 2 weeks back and forth with you. We want to make sure the website is perfect. So it will take a few times back and forth through email communication or messaging you guys to make sure the website's perfect and just the way y'all want it. And so we'd love to get started with you today so that we're not, pushing it too far out to have your website done and start collecting leads and helping you guys in your business. So that's one way you can try to push the sale forward. And then from there, you'll just grab their card info. You'll charge them for the setup fee, or you could say, hey, we'll just charge you half the setup fee today, the rest of it after the website's finished in the next week or two. And then the first monthly fee will start 30 days from today. So 30-day trial essentially of the monthly part. And then that's it. And then you close the deal and you start working and get everything set up for their smart website. So now we know how to build smart sites, pitch prospects, and close them into clients, but isn't there an easier way to get clients than doing a bunch of cold outreach? Earlier in the video, I promised to share one secret strategy for getting prospects raising their hands asking for a smart site, but I'll go ahead and show you 2 super effective methods for getting clients with no cold outreach required. The first method is one I like to call the free Facebook group method. To start with this method, you'll need a personal Facebook account. So you can see here I'm logged in as Jasper Aiken, just under my normal Facebook page. I'm not under my business page or anything like that. So make sure you do this from a personal page. It works a lot better that way. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go join local Facebook groups in your area. So I'm in one right now that's called Life in Idaho Falls. It's just a local town talks group, got 92,000 people in it. And it's just a place where people can post stuff that's going on in the community, who they're voting for. They can tell people, hey, I own this business and I'm offering these services. They allow self-promotion. This gal right here might be pitching her violin teaching. I don't know. But anyway, just stuff that's, going on in the local community. And you want to find groups that are very active. So you can just go to Facebook, type in the search bar your city name, and then you'll find tons of groups. You'll go and join them. And then once you're inside of them, you're going to make a post like this. So let me pull up my content here. I'll show you an example of one that I did earlier this year. I made a post like this. This is my free Facebook group post. And I say, for my Idaho Falls business owners, do you or anyone you know need a free website, no strings attached? All I ask is to feature your business in one of my YouTube videos so I can show the process of how we help. Comment below or PM me if you or someone you know could benefit from this. And so, I said the whole YouTube thing, right, being in my YouTube video. You guys, if you don't have YouTube, you can just switch that out by saying, all I ask for in return is to, get a review from you or a positive testimonial if you like the website that we build you, something like that, right? And then you can see this post got a lot of comments. We got 26 comments or so. Some of those might be mine, but anyway, lots of people here that are like, I would love one. Mine could definitely use a facelift or redo. I'm interested, maybe me. Anyway, all these businesses now have raised their hand saying, I need a new website. And you might be thinking, Jasper, you offered a free website, which I did. It's true. But I didn't say I'm going to build everybody a free website, right? I'm saying I'm doing a free website, right? I'm going to pick one of these people and give them a free website like I promised. And so I'll pick one, I'll message all of them through Messenger. We want to take them off of this post and we want to message them directly in a chat on Facebook Messenger. And we want to say, hey, I saw you comment on my post. What type of business do you own? I'm trying to pick the free website winner on my post, and I'd love to learn more about your business to see if if you're the business that we pick for it. And you'll just start a conversation. They'll tell you all about their business. You'll get to know them better. Maybe even jump on a call with them and say, hey, I'd love to call you and ask you more stuff about your business. You're going to do that with all of these people. Just message all of them, ask them, start conversations with all of them, asking about their business, showing that you care. And then ultimately you just have to pick one person for your free website offer that you talked about in your post. And so you'll pick the free one, but now you have 20 other people here that have all raised their hands, and you have already started good conversations with them in the DMs. And you can say, hey, I already picked the free website winner. I'm sorry we didn't decide to go with you guys, but I really love your business and I appreciate you commenting on my post. And so I'd be happy to build your website for a discounted price. And you'll still get a lot of them saying, yeah, sure, like we would love to check it out. And you'll book a bunch of Zoom calls. Like from this one post, I think I ended up booking like 10 different Zoom calls, and I closed 2 paying clients along with the 1 free one that I did. So I ended up getting 2 paying clients, and I gave them like a discount on our setup fee, right? I just gave them like a, half off the setup fee. So instead of $2,000, I would charge them $1,000 for the setup fee, and then I would charge them the normal monthly fee along with it. But this is just a great way to get people raising their hand saying, we need this website, we need a website, and you only promised 1 free one, right? And so when you tell them, hey, we picked the free one, they'll still be appreciative, and you're giving them a discount still, right? And so, this post works extremely well for getting people coming to you. And this post took me like a few minutes, if that, to write up and post. And you can do this in a lot of different groups. There's, I have multiple groups that I've done this in, not just this, Life in Idaho Falls group, but others as well. And it works every single time. As long as the group is as a real local town group, it's active, you're from that area, that helps a lot too, because they're going to click on my profile and they're going to see, oh, he is from Idaho. He lives in Rigby, which is the town next door. So like, you want to make sure you do this in local areas that you're actually from. But if you do it, it'll work extremely well for getting businesses coming to you, and you can easily get a client every time you make one of these posts in these different groups. So now we know the power of the free Facebook group method, but here's the second method that's working extremely well right now for a few agency owners I know. And it's not really a big secret, because all it is running local Facebook ads targeting local businesses, but the way that they do it is really smart. They start by filming a 30 to 60 second clip of themselves in front of a local landmark, for example, a local courthouse, a water tower, or a mall, and then they call out the businesses in that area and pitch them the smart website offer. This works extremely well because it creates an instant connection, and the businesses immediately recognize this landmark in the video and they trust the agency more. Now, you will need to pay money in order to run these Facebook ads, but you can expect these leads to come in for about $30 a lead, and you can close about 1 out of every 10 of them. So basically, you'll spend around $300 per paying client, which if you charge $1,000 setup fee and just $97 a month for a 12-month period, then you would get a 7x return on your ad spend, which is insanely good. So now we know how to sell smart websites to local businesses using GoHighLevel, but the GoHighLevel software and running an agency have a lot of other moving parts that take some time to set up and learn. So feel free to join my free HighLevel Quest community down below and watch my 7-hour training on how to start and scale your smart website agency with no money or experience required.